Good evening, friends. I'm Pradeep from reradio.com. Today, the topic of this webinar is going to be about weight loss and what are the causes of weight loss. And the major thing I wanted to discuss, the initial thing is why are we obese? What is that condition which causes us to put on so much weight that we could lose? So you should all be knowing, since you have all connected, that I have also been on the fatter side, on the obese side. And over the last around 8, 9 months, I have reduced close to around 33 kgs. I was weighing close to around 114 kgs, and now I'm 81 kgs as such. So when I had gone through this journey, it made me thought that why are we going obese? I had certain times started exercising. I had certain times made my whole attempt to cut on the food what I was intaking and other things, but I did not get that enough results as such. So hence I went into the whole search, the journey. We began saying, why are we obese? So since I thought this would be a right thing for me to share it with you guys also. So that's why I'm trying to say. So the first question is, why are we obese? Before that, we need to know that many of the people whom we are looking at it, who wanted to lose weight, are attempting to fix a wrong problem, that is the weight. Actually, the weight what we gain is just a symptom of the problem what we have inside us. So I would be taking it in the next slides. I would be taking a deeper dive into those topics. And second, one thing which we need to understand is what we understand as fat. Fat is one cushion kind of thing or insulation around our body. That is what we think. But for the actual reason, the fat is energy which is stored inside. This is more of a reserve energy that we can tap in and run on this energy when we do not have food. And the third point which I wanted you to all know is whenever we are talking about our weight, it is actually classified into two things. One is your water weight and the fat weight. And how fast or what goes faster is the water weight. That's why whenever people take this weight loss journey, the initial phases is very, very easier because they lose the water weight easily. And the later part, when we get into the fat weight, people are not able to lose it off and they stop the journey of their weight loss. Hence, I just wanted to take it off and I wanted to solve the bigger problem of stubborn weight. Now, when we are talking about this weight, right, the fat, what we gain and other things, it is because of the reason is because of this hormones, what it is stored in our body. If you look at our human body, there are 6 hormones which are responsible for fat burning, and there are 3 hormones which is more responsible for fat making. So which means that if these 3 hormones work extra, we start ending up making or gaining more weight. And when the 6 fat burning hormones start working, we end up reducing. So I've listed it down. Growth hormone, insulin like growth factor, glucagon, adrenaline, thyroid, and testosterone are more of your fat burning hormones. And there are 3 important fat making hormones. One is insulin, estrogen, and cortisol. I'll be taking it through about these things and further. So first, when we have to look at the journey of why are we obese, we need to understand what is food, right? All of us, whenever we are thinking about food, we get or we think that food is something that you eat to get pleasure. Normally, that is how you happen, right? When do you relish food? When do you go to a restaurant? Either you are happy or you are sad. So the point here is we all think that food is something you eat to get pleasure, you eat to reward yourself or treat yourself with. But the red thing which I've marked is what is in the dictionary. Actually, the meaning of food is that which is eaten to sustain life, to provide energy, to promote the growth and repair the tissues, which is all about nourishments. So when we are talking about it, how do we classify the food? What we are eating now, are they really food or are they non-food? Because as per the definition, this food is to sustain life, provide energy, promote growth, or repair a tissue, or provide nourishments. The burgers, what we eat, the fast food, the pizzas, what we eat, if we are thinking that whether it provides any of these things, it doesn't. So, food is something which contains the vital substances necessary to the body, as referred as essential. So, when we are talking about it, we are talking about essential things to our body. So, what are essential things? There are some things like amino acids, essential fatty acids. You would have seen in this oil companies, your sunflower and other things, they talk about amino acids, essential fatty acids, and other things. These are all essential substances which is required for our body. As such, essential means that we cannot, as a body, cannot produce it on its own, and it needs to come from the diet what we eat. So amino acids, for example, it helps us, which are the building blocks that helps us to make our hair, our nails, our eyes, our muscles, our joints. These are all functioning well because our body gets amino acids from the food what we eat. Similarly, a fatty acid is something which makes the inner and outer body of our cells, our brain, our nerves, our hormones. Fatty acids are a cause of enriching these body organs. And there are many nutrients that if missing from our body, it will end up, we will end up having some disease or the other things. So food containing all these factors like amino acids, fatty acids, or vitamins, what we get, minerals, enzymes, this should be an optimum balance in order to create more health. So as such, if you look at the definition of diet, in the Latin terms, diet means it's the way of living, which means that now when we are trying to lose weight or we are talking about why we are obese, we think about being in diet, cutting down on certain foods or other things. But normally the word diet arrived from the word saying way of living, which means that the ones which we are practicing in our diet should be our way of living. Now, coming to an important factor saying why are we obese? When I had spoken about the hormones earlier, these hormones cause different body shapes for us. Certain hormones have a purpose of directing where the fat is placed on a body, and its distortion of its function can cause body types. If our hormones does not function in the right way, we end up gaining fat in a different parts of our body. Different body shapes are results of specific correlating glandular problems. Now, if you look at it, these are the common body shapes everyone who's having a weight problem has. First one is a sagging or a hanging belly. You would have seen people that their belly is hanging. The belly is big, but it is hanging down. There is another thing, which is again the ovary type of a body, which is more common in females. If you look at it after their pregnancy or after they become mature and their periods and other thing, there is one hormone called estrogen which gets segregated. Which what it does is the lower part of the body, which is the thighs and the hip and other things, seem to be bulging. The other parts are all in the normal shape. And the third body shape is where you get maybe you accumulate the weight all over the body. If you look at a person, maybe from the top to from the face to the neck to the body, the hands, legs, everything is swollen and they are in bigger shape. It's because this body shape is called a thyroid body shape. And the fourth one, probably all would have seen what I was having, was a protruding belly. This is more of your Ganesha type of belly. Ganesha has a strong, firm belly structure. This is caused because of the liver gland, which is. So the body shapes is of anyone who's suffering a body, maybe for a huge weight, what you have put, or obese, it is divided into either they are in adrenal shape, either they are in ovary shape, they are in a thyroid shape or a liver shape, which normally means which gland, it's again a problem. So in case the adrenal gland is having certain issues, the body when under stress will store energy. See, one thing is adrenal gland, that is the sagging belly or the hanging belly. What is the major reason for this structure is because of your stress. We accumulate stress. Stress is not accumulated on 1 day, 2 days, and other things. Over the years, what happens is the more the stress we have, we don't have any stress busters, we don't relax ourselves. What happens is our body starts accumulating fat inside our body, and that at one stage or other is shown as a belly which is hanging down. This is more of the reason because of the adrenal gland and because of the stress what we have. If you look at the ovary problem, you will see excess fat accumulate over your hips and thighs, which is lower stomach bulge just under the belly button. When there is weakness in your thyroid gland, that is, if your thyroid hormones are not working properly, what it happens is it directs into the cells all of the body, and an overall appearance of weight gain will occur rather than in just in one location. And the fourth one, when your liver is weak, what happens is a liver, that is a fatty liver we call, fluid can leak into the sac around the abdomen, which gives a pot belly appearance. So whenever I had a problem, it was more of your liver problem what I had rather than the other problems what I had. So why does fat accumulate? Right? Now, before thinking about why does fat accumulate, we need to understand what is fat. All would understand fat. Maybe if you are talking about it, fat, we say it's an unwanted muscle or whatever we eat gets accumulated and other things. But if you look at the real meaning of what is fat, fat is nothing but energy, which obviously mean that when I had a strong belly or whenever who's having a larger body has so much of energy within which is unused, just on the lighter side. But what happens is the fat is some energy which is stored, which is a potential energy which is stored in a body, or it's a reserve energy. Assuming you are not having enough food for next 1 or 2 days or 3 days, you survive because your fat burns as energy and it gives your energy whole. And what happens is, if in case you have to, this energy need to be used, there need to be specific key to release this energy so that the body can use. This is where the hormones play a part. So you, in a body, there are roughly 600 working hormones, 600 working hormones. Of this, as I earlier mentioned, 6 are fat burning and 3 are fat storing. Now, what happens is, if any of these fat storing hormones are active, which means that they work effectively, they will nullify all the 6 fat burning hormones. So the secret to lose weight is to how we have to identify how do we activate the 6 fat burning hormones so that the weight loss happens gradually. Now, there are 2 factors which normally talks about it. One is our sugar, what we eat. Now, as I earlier mentioned, fat is a reserve energy which we have in our body, which can be used. Now, if we have reserve body, why are we getting fat and fat and fat? The reason is, one major reason is the sugar what we intake on a day-to-day basis. Now, what happens is, if you look at the down, there's a small infographic. Whenever we eat sugar and the body requires some energy, first what it goes for is, it goes for the sugars what we eat. And when the energy which we get from to do our day-to-day work, when it is taken from the sugar, because we are eating so much of sugar, the fat energy which is stored is not at all utilized. So fat is an alternate fuel used when there is no more sugar available. So hence, when people are saying that, why don't I lose weight, I'm dieting and other things, the major reason might be that they're eating much of sugar. And the body is using sugar for the energy which is created rather than burning the fat. So running your body on fat instead of sugar could be compared just like running your car on electricity versus a diesel fuel. Diesel fuel has so much of harm to the environment and other things compared to a cost-effective electricity thing. It's all about that. But your body will always use sugar first as a priority. Only when the body is depleted of sugar will it switch back to a fat fuel. I mentioned this word depletion. The reason behind is, in a day, if you are fat enough, you wanted to lose weight. In a day, if you are taking a small amount of sugar also, your fat burning stops and the energy is taken from sugar. So the first reason, or the first major thing you have to do in order to reduce the weight, is cut down on your sugar. Sugar can be in any part. People talk about white sugar, brown sugar, I eat in natural form and other things. Think about it. Even the fruits what we eat, the apples what we eat, and the oranges what we eat, contain so much of sugar that it blocks this fat burning hormones. So hence, sugar is the major villain when you're talking about the weight loss what we have, or maybe we are aiming for a weight loss. The second thing, as I mentioned, is stress. The other trigger that will prevent fat from burning is stress, because stress activates certain hormones called cortisol to keep you in a sugar burning mode. And even if there is no sugar in your diet and you're having lots of stress, what happens is the proteins what you eat in a body, that is the muscles, is burnt and made as sugar and consumed by your body for energy. So hence, the major two things which you have to avoid in order to lose weight, in the sense of why your body stores so much of weight and you are becoming obese, is one thing is because of the sugar what you eat, and the second thing is about the stress level in your body. Now, if I have to look at it, you have to be healthy before you can lose weight. As I initially mentioned, putting on weight or lose the weight what you gain is not the major problem what you have. The weight loss, if you have to concentrate on weight loss, do not even look at exercising, cutting down your foods and other things. That is not going to solve the problem. The problem is because your glands and the hormones are not healthy enough that you are not losing weight. So you are fat because some area of your body is unhealthy, and it is not that you are unhealthy because of fat. People always feel that I am fat, so I am unhealthy. My cholesterol levels are high, my sugar levels are high. But if you look at it, the problem is the reverse. Your cholesterol is high, your sugar is high, your liver is not working. We are drinking so much of alcohol in our body. Whenever we generally discuss, also we talk about, right, alcohol affects your liver, right? So the major problem is if liver is not functioning properly, you'll not be able to lose that weight. You are going to put on and put on and put on that weight. So weight is not the problem as such. The problem is your body, and weight is only a symptom. Normally what we have a heart disease, we have diabetes, we have arthritis, we have stroke, obesity. These are all symptoms of some problem. The problem is our unhealthy body. If our body is unhealthy, we have heart disease. If your body is unhealthy, we have diabetes. If your body is overweight and unhealthy, we have arthritis because our calcium is low and the bone density goes down, and we get unhealthy. So all these problems what we have in our body are all symptoms which shows outside, which says that there is something unhealthy if it happening. So if you have stubborn weight problems, it simply means that you have unhealthy hormones. You can't be, see this, it is simple, because earlier what I was thinking when I was in fat, probably I would have communicated to a few other people saying, I'm fat, but I'm healthy. I'm able to run, I'm able to, this one, I don't get any disease, I don't get fever, I'm healthy. So what if there is if I'm fat? But the problem is, please understand it. If you are fat, there is some problem inside you. And one thing you have to be all clear is, you can't be fat and you cannot be healthy at the same time. If you are fat, you are unhealthy. If you are healthy, you will not be fat at all. So the body can't and won't release fat until it is at a certain level of health. Until your health condition improves, your body is just not going to release the fat it needs to do, and it starts accumulating the fat inside your body. The body will not let go fat until the sugars are not available anymore. Unless you are consuming sugar on a day-to-day basis continuously, you will not going to lose weight at all at the things. Sugar can come from food, as I told, or it can come from stress. Stress triggers a hormone called cortisol, which has the ability to convert body proteins into sugar. So as I told, Weight loss is the wrong goal. Whenever you are obese, you are overweight and other things, don't look at losing weight first. The first one is to create a healthier gland and a hormone. You be healthy. Once your body is healthy, your liver is healthy, your glands are healthy, your hormones are healthy, what will happen? The weight loss will occur automatically. It will be a benefit of having a healthier body. As I told, no longer treat your symptoms. Your weight is just a symptom, not the cause. Finally, if I have to come about it, what do we say is the deadliest disease that there's no cure? Probably for certain things there is cure, but cancer is one of the deadliest diseases where we don't have cure, because once cancer comes, some other time you can prolong your lifetime, but death is certain things when it comes to cancer. So cancer is the deadliest thing. So what is the overall thing is, if you consume food which is anti-cancer in the properties, you will definitely lead a healthier and a happy life. So anti-cancer foods would be the healthiest food you could possibly eat to create health and burn fat. These anti-cancer foods are normally available. It's not that special foods. Your cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables are your broccoli, your cauliflower, what we have, and the scale and other things, including kale, your broccoli, your sprouts, what you take in the mornings, right? Normally people have that habit of, whenever you are going to a gym and other things, you take that sprouts. Sprouts is an anti-cancer food. The cabbage, what we eat on a day-to-day basis, the radish, what we have, all this has lots and lots of anti-cancer property. So eat lots of vegetables, cruciferous vegetables, include kale. If in case you don't, just go to Google and search for kales. It is again green, which is in a different form. Kale is a cruciferous for us. Broccoli, your sprouts, your cabbage, radish, all these things. If in case you are continuously consuming, what is going to happen is your body is going to heal and the weight loss is going to be a normal thing. And finally, if I have to say, excess fat is a symptom. It's just a tip of an iceberg, not the actual cause at all. Hope I was able to pass some information and some knowledge about what is causing our thing. In order to summarize it up, I will just keep it short. You have to eat healthy in order to lose weight. Your hormones are a major problem. If you are consuming food to heal your liver, heal your hormones, heal the whole body, your weight loss is going to be normal. Cut down on your sugars. Sugar is going to block all the fat burning which is going to happen, because in the absence of sugar, only the fat which is accumulated will be used as fuel for running a body. Hence, sugar is a major enemy for it. And the last thing is stress. We know for a fact that everyone in our day-to-day life, we are having one or the other stress. It is not that we can avoid stress, be at home, relax and do it off, but there should be some mechanism in order to reduce our stress. You read some books, to go to a gym, go for a running, go for a walk, listen to some music, apply oil on maybe do a head massage. If it's possible, go for a body massage. What happens is the stress which is getting accumulated slowly gets off with these small things what you do to do a stress buster, and that is going to be the key if you're talking about losing weight. Thank you, fellows, for joining in this webinar which I had conducted. Hope there is any questions. If in case you have anything that you have to ask me, you could definitely ask certain questions. I would be open for questions.
No, sir, it was a useful one. And all the information which you have provided was useful. I think from next session, I think for any weight gain, if there is some tips or anything, you can send it.
Sure. I'll also be testing, as I such probably the website Re-Radiate I had started in order to promote some healthier being in it. Thank you for joining, fellows. It was
Oh,
nice having you.
okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Praveen.